Beautiful Gold Coast, a picture any time of the year is the location. The Tweed Heads Bowls Club, the venue for the Super Series Bowls test between Australia and South Africa. Welcome everyone to the triples in this test match between the two nations. Australia won the pairs, Australia through Steve Glasson won the singles. So the test has gone for South Africa, but still pride to play for. In the triples for Australia, Brett Duprez is leading ahead of Kevin Walsh and the skip Steve Glasson. And for South Africa, Vermeulan will lead, then Eric Johannes and skip Neil Burkett. Ian Schuback, former world champion, is with me. Well, is there more than pride to play for here?
I guess there is, Warren. You're playing for a spot in your national side, and that is very important. Glasson didn't play that well in the singles. I think Walsh and Duprez played very well. Another clinical performance coming up, I would guess, from the Australian side today.
And the marker for the triples, again, is Rob Perella. Famous name in Australian bowls. Doing the honours. And Eric Johannes to lead off for South Africa. And he looks like he's immediately found his range. Bowled a short length on the jack. And a good start from Eric Johannes. Disappointed in the end in the singles after a titanic contest with Steve Glasson. Now Brett Duprez, who led for Australia in the pairs and did a fine job of it. The burly figure of Eric Johannes for South Africa, the 41-year-old. Born in Cape Town, plays for the West Province Cricket Club. And he was the national singles winner last year, 2003, and also 2001. Holding two. And Brett Duprez, 29 years old. Born in Bankstown, currently lives on the south coast of New South Wales at Albion Park, plays for the St John's Park Club. Following this bowl, it looks good. Not quite. The triples played over 8 ends, 2 sets, with the tiebreaker needed if required. Vermeulan now for South Africa. And he's found his range all around the jack early here. Skip Steve Glasson talking to Kevin Walsh. Fine performance from Walsh in the pairs for Australia.
You're close, Kevy. Good effort here, Kev. Come on, Tiger. Played it well. Great bowl, Kevy. Good shot, whatever happens, mate.
This
great shot.
Short length is to the liking of all the players, Shuey.
Very accurate start. Especially when you consider that the players elected not to have 2 trial ends. Just come out here and every bowl within 60 centimetres of the jack.
Come out and blaze away. Vermeulan.
Wow.
There's a cluster.
Same shot, Kevy. Same bowl as your last, mate. Any contact? You took your Tigers were on. Good.
South Africa holding 1 shot. Kevin Walsh plays out of the very strong Marylands Club in Sydney.
It's hanging now. Not all bad, Phil.
This is the first wayward bowl of the match.
No harm with that. That's good.
Noticeably so. As it drifts away, lonely Kevin Walsh bowl. Kevin Walsh, 35 years old. Born in Belfast, Northern Ireland, but came to Australia when he was aged just 2. So he has certainly spent most of his time in Australia.
Kevin Walsh does the electrical maintenance at the Marylands Bowling Club.
Now the experienced Neil Burkett for South Africa.
play a good shot here, Neil Burke, and actually give the shot away. Be very careful.
Steve Glasson.
Oh, this amount of weight, the jack could quite easily go to Kevin Walsh's bowl.
Great shot.
Oh, he's tucked it in there, Steve Glasson. Australia 1 up.
That is absolutely perfect. Got the split, shot bowl goes out, Glasson's bowl falls back. 1 down to 1 up.
Neil Burkett, the oldest of the 6 players, 56 years old, bowls coordinator, plays for the Western Province Cricket Club as well.
Just smash the jack with that.
Started his bowls career in Port Elizabeth, Neil Burkett. Steve Glasson started in Queensland.
Went forward. Just as good.
Now St John's Park Bowling Club, Sydney.
And Australia holding 1 as Steve Glasson looks to improve on it. But it is just the 1. So Australia start the triples with the first shot. Now Johannes leading for South Africa, started the first end very nicely.
No, Brett.
And most of the players in pretty good touch early on here.
Quite often find when the series has been won, all players relax, and as a result, play much better bowls. Really no pressure on the players except for a personal pride and to hold their position in the team.
Good crowd here at the Tweed Heads Bowls Club, enjoying this test match between Australia and South Africa. Johannes, who had a very good struggle with Steve Glasson in the singles, and continuing that good form here.
Good idea for Eric Johannes, I think, too, Warren, to be leading. It takes a little bit of the pressure off Jippo Vermeulan, who struggled in the opening pairs match in the lead position.
Now Brett Duprez, who first represented Australia at the 98 Commonwealth Games. A gold medal in the pairs there.
With Victorian Mark Jacobson, one of the real characters of Australian bowls.
Stake too many. You gotta stake too many.
Now Jippo Vermeulan. Good weight from Jippo. Haven't found out yet why he prefers Jippo to his original first name, Gideon. But it's got a bit of character about it, hasn't it, Jippo?
Yes, he's a prison officer. High security. Maximum security in Durban. A tough job.
Playing hard.
Now this is Kevin Walsh
Up again. Very close, Kevy. Hurry.
with the blue
Hurry,
bowls.
great effort. Well played. Weight's perfect.
Jack high, but I think it's still 3 up or 2? 2 South Africa, 2 up.
It's a big man, Jippo, and he takes a very short step. Does lose balance sometimes at the point of delivery.
Jippo on his first trip to Australia as an international bowler. And this test match his first experience
Oh, begin yourself a
on
bit
the
of
indoor
chance in there,
surface,
mate.
the carpet.
Play the push, trail the jack. Sit the bowls.
There's not one indoor stadium in South Africa. Neil Burkett has had many years of experience playing in the World Indoor Championships in England.
Good to there.
Eric Johannes has had one previous trip here to Tweed Heads.
Come on, Tiger. You're close here.
Come on, get the jack.
Steve Glasson
Solid. Great shot, Tiger.
likes
Great
Kevin
break.
Walsh's bowl.
Well, Australia holding 4 shots. Kevin Walsh converting from 2 down to 4 up.
Neil Burkett might have something to say about that. Goes to the backhand.
The jack is 1.5 metres off
Neil.
the centre line.
Come, Neil. Come on. A little bit more, mate. Well done. Number. Well done.
Well played, Neil Burkett. Steve Glasson. Plenty of room to move out there as well.
I think Steve, he had 4 seconds. He wanted to rest the bowl out. Kevin Walsh said, I think you can draw that, Steve. Steve probably...
Good effort too, Steve.
Come on, Stevie.
Kevin Walsh
Walsh
challenge.
Shot flat. Great shot.
He's got it. Well, that is the class of Steve Glasson.
Sure that Kevin Walsh should be happy. He changed the skip's mind. Come back to the draw shot.
Back on, Neil.
And Neil Burkett
Hurry.
with the last chance for South Africa.
Come on. Hurry. Oh, wait, that's good, though.
Can't promote it to shot.
Over a foot now, Steve.
Australia 1 up.
They can't go clean or anything, can they?
No, it's playing onto the jack. You're out there again, mate.
Speedy, mate, I think. Just a bit.
Oh, you've done the damage, mate.
Mate, play to go on.
Well done, Steve.
That won't improve the score, but as the Australian teammate said, you've already done the damage, Steve. 1 more shot to Australia. 2-0 after 2 ends.
When you have control of the mat and you are losing over your favourite length after 2 consecutive losses, you just must change the length of jack or the position of the mat, or preferably both.
Great shot, Brett. Great shot.
And Brett Duprez bowling beautifully.
The only other, apart from changing the position of the jack and the mat, can play a different type of game. Best of all, attack more, sometimes earlier than you would expect to be attacking ahead. Haven't really seen Jippo Vermeulan have a drive or a full-blooded drive. I'm not sure whether he has that shot.
Do, mate. Just try and sort of miss that one if you can. If you get around it, you're going to have a good home. Under it, you're a chance.
Kevin Walsh has been
Under's best.
in and out of the Australian side. He's a long-serving member in the Australian squad. Only his 2nd series on TV. He made the final of the Australian indoor singles against Steve Glasson quite a few years ago. But most of the times that Kevin has played for Australia, they have not been televised, the matches. So
Good tell.
The weight was perfect, Japan.
always nice to see new faces on TV.
And Walsh taking his chance so far. Played well in the pairs with Duprez. Now Jippo, Vermeulan. This could be good.
Well played.
Only 1, Kevy. It's up to you now, pal. I don't mind. I don't mind. You were very close then if you're happy there.
Stay there, eh?
Yeah, your weight was good. You can afford maybe an extra foot on yours.
Yep.
Steve Glasson not too concerned that South Africa hold 1 here. Kevin Walsh last year in the Asia Pacific Championships took the gold medal in the 4s and a silver in the triples.
Chance again, pal. Can't throw you.
Runner-up in the Australian indoor singles 4 years ago.
Hang in now. Solid. Good shot, Kevy. Great
Great shot,
Kevy.
Kev.
Well, he played one of those in the previous end, or 2 ends back.
Tough shot. Had to play a little bit of weight to get underneath the short bowl. Perfect result, trailing the jack.
Brett Duprez watching his teammates in action here, of course, as Steve Glasson will step up. What a beautiful bowl from Neil Burkett. Brett, you seem to have been on target, the range just right for you so far in this triples.
Yeah, started okay. They're playing quite well as well. So
can you hear me, Brett?
Yep.
Oh, I can't quite hear Brett at the moment. We'll get back to him in a moment.
You're in, mate.
Steve Glasson on the backhand here.
Right. You wouldn't, would you, Steve? Flash.
Full. Shot.
Tremendous work from Steve Glasson there. Plenty of inspiration there, Brett Duprez.
Yes, he's bowling exceptionally well this afternoon, so it's good to see him playing well.
Nice little slice on the jack there, Bertie.
Just enough on the edge just to give a shot Kevin's last bowl.
And Brett, you look very comfortable yourself. In fact, in both the pairs and now today in the triples, you're very comfortable.
Yeah, I like playing here at Tweed Heads on the indoor. It's a great surface, and just got to pick up my game a little bit in this match, but hopefully bowling quite well.
And the tactic, Brett, of giving the mat away, South Africans playing the short jacks and failing to score, so you'd be no doubt hoping they can continue with this length.
That's right. I mean, we're confident any length on this green, so if we give Steve the last bowl, he can make it count or he can make a conversion. It's a big advantage.
As we watch this last bowl from Steve Glasson, Brett, you've won the test already coming into the triples, but everyone seems very keen to win this match.
Oh, for sure. You always want to do well in these matches. You're playing for your country. You want to play well. So
look at that. Steve Glasson wants to play well, delivering again.
Pleasure to play with.
Enjoying the moment, Brett Duprez and Steve Glasson leading from the front. 2 more shots, Australia. Thanks to Brett Duprez for joining us during the action. And Australia stretching it out now after 5 ends. It's all Australia, 8-0.
It's really time for Burkett to suggest a change of length.
Each roll of the jack from Eric Johannes is a little bit longer, but never close to maximum. He's edging forward. And
also the mat is only 1 metre up from the tee, Warren. It's always a good idea to change the position of the mat. It makes sometimes getting the correct line more difficult, especially for players that aim at the mark on the bank, or if Brett is looking, which Brett does, up near the peg on the other bank up the far end. If you change the mat, if you bring the mat up the rink, the aiming mark must change. It comes in narrower. So it's always a good tactic, especially playing against a player that uses his line from the bank up on the far end to aim at, to shift the mat around, not leave it in the same spot.
Brett Duprez right on top of his game. Throughout this test match, we have seen little variation in the position of the mat, haven't we?
Incredible. We have not seen one end with the mat more than 3 metres away from the tee. No reason for Australia to change. They're winning.
Yes, maybe the South Africans feel reticent to change the mat, and that, for that matter, the length, even though that's a great bolt from Eric Johannes, because they feel it's going to upset them. But at this stage, down 8-0, you just really want to upset your opponent, don't you?
Well, you've got to go down fighting. You must try in a match, if you're losing, at least to change the tactics on hopefully a couple of occasions, maybe 3 times. We haven't seen one change of tactic from South Africa yet in this match.
Duprez holding the line and coming on in. He's on fire, and he's getting plenty of encouragement from his skip.
Such a good skip to play for Steve Glasson. Brett Duprez needed some luck and got it. High 10s.
So the pressure now on Chippo Vermeulan. Can he produce something special for South Africa? A tall man.
This is where the backhand drive was potentially on. Change of tactics, run the jack straight through into the ditch. Almost impossible to draw the shot on the forehand.
Still like it in there, Kevy. If you turn, Brett, it's a lot better. You're working off that again, mate.
Yep. It's the view from the mat end. The jack is available. must-win end for South Africa. Need a multiple count.
Clear is good. Yep.
Andy, mate.
Thinking. Good help.
The Australians happy with that. Placed in behind.
Well, Burkett asking for a backhand shot. See how much weight. Controlled weight. Swing and a miss.
No luck in this game.
Still there, mate. Another one in there is really good.
We can't really say that the green and gold are on top. It's a question of whether they're mainly green or mainly gold. The mainly gold. It's Australia. Leading 8-0. With shot here in the 6th end.
Yeah, it's played it well, Kevy. Come on home. Shot, Tiger.
Helps a lot, Kev. Well done.
Good, buddy. Well done.
That's great.
Very good.
One up Australia as Walsh not far away.
What was the score? From this end, it sounded like...
Neil Burkett is one down. South Africa must win this end if they have any realistic chance. Let's see, looking for the plant onto that bowl. Take the shot bowl clean out. Plan B for Burkett is take the jack all the way through into the ditch. Backhand with controlled weight. Burkett playing forehand, which takes the jack out of the equation. Just looking for the plant.
Good ball there, Matt.
And we can talk to Eric Johannes. Eric, things not going South Africa's way at the moment.
No, I think the boys are Australia's playing quite well, and we just need to keep him going.
Saving yourself, Eric, for the second set, no doubt.
Well, I think the second set, I think we just have to get together and get us going again in this game.
Eric, you had a titanic struggle with Steve Glasson in the singles.
Push
You must have enjoyed it, but disappointed at the end.
Down.
Yeah, I think Steve played some telling shots. The way he's playing now at the moment, we can't take it away from him.
It's difficult when he's playing so well. Your team be very keen, though, to win the triples, though, to go home with something from this test match.
That's right. I think we can write this one off, but the next one I think we will come out with some more bullets.
Might see a bullet here, do you think? The cannon.
That's right.
Full-blooded drive from Burkett.
Hit away! Oh, good try.
Australia, one up, and you can see it right there alongside the jack. Eric, we've been wondering whether or not you would change a few variations when you've got the mat there. Maybe Ian was suggesting changing the length or the position of the mat as well as the length of the jack.
Well, I think I'll give it a go now and let's see. Because at the moment, I think Brett is enjoying my throwing of the jack.
Good luck in the second set.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Eric Johannes. Well, we'll see whether Ian Schubach's tip works wonders or not in a moment.
Well, the first set is gone, but they will have to play out the 8 ends. So that might provide an opportunity for South Africa just to experiment in the last 2 ends. Like 2 to Australia.
Yes, it's the gold paddle pop sticks again from Rob Perella, and it's been one-way traffic. 10-0, 2 ends to play.
And that's a good tactic. The first set has already gone. They will play out the remaining 2 ends. And it's a good time for an experiment. Maybe take something into the second set. Theoretically, it is possible to score 6 and a 5. It would be in the Guinness Book of Records if they do. multiple counts are very hard to come by when you have a player like Steve Glasson playing the last bowl. Australia won't mind conceding a shot or two on the last two ends.
Well, if I were you, Ian, I would claim that as a victory in itself.
Yes, he's actually he's outdrawn Brett Duprez by taking the mat up. As I was saying, for a player that uses the bank as their aiming line, when the mat goes up, you must narrow your aiming line on the bank. The mark on the bank comes in. Brett played narrow, so he actually brought the mark in too much. Eric has nailed the jack. Perfect correction.
About 10 inches to you, Phil.
See Brett looking up the far end of the rink. His eyes are focused on the bank. He's got a new aiming mark now because the mat has been brought 6 metres up the rink.
Down.
Duprez has corrected. Do too much about that shot bowl of Eric Johannes.
In there, Jeb.
New South African coach Ian Shoeback. Where would you like to live, Johannesburg, Cape Town? Take your pick.
I'll go into with Neil Burkett. I think it's Western Province Cricket Club in Cape Town. Lovely spot in the world, Cape Town.
Okay, not much more, Jeb.
Bowling greens in South Africa.
Draw a shot here, Tiger. Yep. Get off those wing bowls as well.
Considerably slower than the average Australian green. 12 to 13 seconds, which is fairly slow.
Mind you, I'm sure no one's counting their chickens before they hatch.
Push now.
In the South African team.
Chance here,
Kevin
buddy.
Walsh.
Chance here, buddy.
Also Steve Glasson to contend with. And look at this from Kevin Walsh.
Walshy.
Steve Glasson is calling him Tiger, and why not?
Awesome.
Brilliant play. Excellent bowl. Tough shot. Perfect line. Superb weight. 1 down to 1 up.
Now Vermeulan.
Inside, Chipper.
Oh, very nearly for Jibbo Vermeulan. His chance to make an impact. A wry smile from Vermeulan. Tiger Walsh, is that a new nickname for Kevin?
It is a new one. I haven't heard that call.
Put him out there, mate.
Anywhere you finish here is good.
Walshy. Most of the players
Go,
refer.
Walshy. Push.
Great effort, mate. 2 good shots.
It's a little wayward. An exceptional first bowl from Kevin Walsh. He's had a great series.
Now Neil Burkett. Still on this shorter length. He has to make the adjustment as well.
Dad. Inside.
Needed a little more weight. Created some havoc there.
Happy there, Phil?
Yep.
Australia holding shot, 1 up. Steve Glasson on the backhand.
Finished pretty good, mate. Around that. Around that, Stevie. Well
good.
played, Glass. Good shot.
Make it fine, eh? So you can add on 2 yards. Finding my ball is good. Onto the shot.
Last bowl for Neil Burkett. Australia 1 up.
Luck up, boy.
Work, man.
Good weight, that, Neil.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, what's going on?
Wrong bias. That's a deliberate bowl from Steve Glasson.
They had the 1 shot and he was quite content with that. Can't believe it. Oh, how did that happen?
I hope they don't edit that out.
Your shout.
And he had the hide to say he was sorry.
You got shout all night.
Must be playing any finish.
0-all, first and second set.
The second set is underway. The crowd still just getting back to their seats. Players getting on with things very quickly. And some people in the crowd, I think they have given up on South Africa's chances, but I don't think that Eric Johannes has.
First time, mate.
Trying very hard. So far in this triples match, everything Johannes has done, well, Brett Duprez is just about equalled.
Or bettered.
Or bettered.
Look, Birdie. Close.
Impeccable
Brett.
line.
Great
Duprez.
shot here.
Great
Plays
shot,
perfect line, end after end. And weight, and a toucher.
Try one there.
Well played.
Presuming the Australians continue in this form, what does it mean for the individual team members and their future representative hopes?
Well, Brett Duprez, I think he's consolidated his position as a lead for Australia. Kevin Walsh,
Yeah, it's very heavy.
I've been most impressed
Probably
Really heavy
percentage-wise
hand.
better there if you happy to change. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
most impressed the way Kevin Walsh has played in this series. Only second time on TV. He's had many games for Australia. Kevin Walsh, he's made every post a winner. Played exceptionally well with Brett in the pairs match. He's playing superb bowls now in the triples.
Brilliant, birdie.
Oh, look at Duprez. Changes to the forehand. Another toucher. Tidies up. Fall over.
And he's pumped up. He grabs his T-shirt as if to say, that's for Australia, that's for us, boys. He's pumped up. He's enjoying every minute of this.
And doesn't even smile. Just said to the skip, yep, thought I could do it.
Plenty of heart in that.
Best two lead bowls you wish to see.
Good effort from Jibbo Vermeulan.
That's right, Chipper.
Of course, Kelvin Kirko not playing in this test match for Australia.
No, he's been in and out.
Come out here, mate, I think.
Good skipping
Somewhere out
here.
here. Near the spot would be good, Kevin.
Glasson wants to bowl well away from the jack. Mistake a lot of skips make. They draw too many shots. Kirko has been in and out of the Australian side, as has Kevin Walsh. Kirko now a regular member. I'm sure we'll see more of Kevin Walsh.
Well played, Morgan.
Right, Chipper, you play the same bowl. You sit on the bowl, you get shot.
You play those well. You play those well.
And from a South African point of view,
Well, they've played well.
Happy to see you
They've
play.
had some luck. Not in this match.
I'll give you that one more.
Jippo Vermeulan
Come on,
is very nervous in his opening pairs match. It was to be expected. So close. And he's got the shot.
well, good on him. Two great bowls, consecutive.
Just could not see the head or the jack from the mat end, and he's actually drawn within a couple of centimetres. He's very happy.
It's a dead
He
draw
will,
down there, mate. Doesn't matter if you drop off a little bit here.
he will benefit enormously, Jippo
Can't draw a toucher
Vermeulan,
there.
playing in this series. Bright prospect for South Africa.
Still only 33. Has only been playing bowls for 8 years.
So I think it's a positive move from the South African selectors to
Pushed it, mate, sorry.
give Jippo the experience. Eric Johannes, we know what a good singles player he is. Pushed Glasson all the way. And look at succession planning. How long can Burkett go on?
Well done.
I don't know if I was mistaken. I thought I heard Eric Johannes call him Dad before as a bowl come in. Come on, Dad. If I heard wrongly, I'm sorry. But there is an age difference, even between Johannes, 41, and Burkett, 56.
Come on.
Of course, with age comes experience.
Come, Neil.
The fire's still in the belly. Look at this.
That's it.
Not that one, man.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, mate.
It looks like maybe one to Australia. Rob Perella is holding up one gold lollipop. Vermeulan drew the shot.
The bowls and make three.
Rob Perella definitely has one Australian lollipop up. So
Shot clock counting down. It's very rare that the shot clock has gone close to expiring. 8 seconds left as Glasson bowls.
Buckle.
Mate,
Quite going to get back.
That's a good effort, Steve. Good, mate.
Very close, buddy.
I'm on that tight line, man.
Yeah, mate. Yep, your weight's perfect.
Weight's good, Steve.
The Australian skip, Steve Glasson.
It's a good track here.
Tighter.
Come on.
Come on, Glass.
Stevie.
Great effort here, buddy.
It's a great shot here,
And
Steve.
onto the jack.
Great shot, Stevie.
Onto the jack. Great shot, Glass.
Plenty to cheer about from the Australian camp there. First it was Duprez and now it's Steve Glasson.
He's on fire.
Oh, yes.
And that's coming from Eric Johannes. He's on fire, he admits. And not even grudgingly. 3 shots Australia to start the second set with a bang.
Over there.
Well, that's not going to change anything.
Yeah, it's only one
South
down,
Africa
like.
clinging to 1 shot. But here comes Steve Glasson to
Don't
spoil
give
the
it.
party.
What in?
Backhand. Just draw it on the backhand.
Yeah, mate, just draw on the backhand. Yeah.
Wouldn't the Australians love a whitewash?
it's too much of a gentleman, Glasson. It's likely to play a wrong bias.
Good line.
1 down.
Good effort here, Glass. Something's got to give,
Come
mate.
on, Glass.
Come on. Hold.
It's reaching.
Inside. Oh, mate, great effort.
And they have got it. South Africa take a shot. The crowd roars for a leaf all round from the South African camp. They're off the hook. They may not win, but they're off the hook. The pants are well and truly fastened.
Don't want to give that away.
You would have expected Australia to just roll the same length back, but Brett Duprez has rolled a 32-metre length jack. Maybe that's good news for South Africa. Just change the pattern of the match.
Yeah, Brett.
Taking the white.
You're fair, innit?
No, Brett.
Pretty good here, Brett.
Very well played here, Phil. Got birdie.
Great shot, mate.
And that's the reason, I suppose, Duprez rolled the long jack. He likes it at that length. But I take your point that you think that Australia would want to stick to what's been getting them this far.
If you have tried all lengths and you're still failing as a team, it's very important then to change the lead, what hand they're playing on. Eric is playing on the right-hand side of the rink as we're looking. Good idea for the skips to ask the lead to swap sides.
Australia with a stunning performance in the triples, taking the first set
Might have pulled the wrong club out of the bag.
12-0. And then at the beginning of the second, 3 points, 2 points, 3 points, out to an 8-0 lead before South Africa scored their first shot.
Tall, Eric.
Not sure that Eric was happy with his position as he delivered that bowl. The result may be okay. The result is okay. Takes the shot.
Just down, Tiger. 4 feet round the front one, mate.
There we go,
Big
a
break
long
together.
end, first long end of the match.
down.
And Eric Johannes has outdrawn Brett Duprez. And it was the Australian decision to roll a long end.
Well, Tiger, you're the right weight.
There's the legs, mate.
Come on, pal, you played
Quite
it.
sure. Not far off.
Come on, Kevy. Right home now.
Great shot, Walshy.
Indeed it was. Kevin Walsh again, in fine form. What odds a South African comeback? What odds are you prepared to give, Ian?
Well, bookmakers give odds, and Neil Burkett was a bookmaker, Warren. And he'd be hoping for a comeback, but I think even Neil would be offering 50 to 1 or better at this stage.
Or better.
Or better. A lot better, I think, I'd be offering. It's just too good, the Australian combination.
Vermeulan on the forehand.
Okay, just, that's all.
Draw away, get around that, Kevy, it's good.
Yep.
Around that one.
That has been the key. Australia have been too good.
This man, particularly Kevin Walsh, hardly wasted a bowl.
No matter where you finish, it's good.
Too quick.
Well played, Tiger.
Kevin Walsh first played for Australia in 96, 97 in the Trans-Tasman series.
Very good. Very good, mate.
That's all, Jippo. On to Kevin's bowl.
Jippo almost taking on the Neil Burkett delivery with a whip of the right wrist there.
Now you can run. Come on,
Spin on this bowl coming in. Sliced the jack. Found the gap.
Everything but. Steve Glasson in the unfamiliar position of not having the last bowl. That will be Neil Burkett's to come.
It's your legs, mate. Can't feel my legs. Oh, well. Okay, straight, mate.
Neil. Track's good, pal. 4 feet.
Try underneath it, eh?
Under the bridge there.
35-year-old Steve Glasson. Works in the bowls industry.
Neil Burkett will play weight with a narrow line, looking for Walsh's shot bowl. Trying to remove the blue bowl on the right-hand side of the jack.
Come. Buckle. What?
He just might do it. He has done it. Neil Burkett is back. Jippo waves down to him, claps above his head.
Well, South Africa have not decided to play one long end themselves. Australia elected the long jack, and look at that, 3 South African lollipops. Glasson under the pun.
Yeah, it's been lean times for Neil Burkett in the triples, but all of a sudden
Track again, Steve. Come on, mate.
puts the acid on Glasson.
Gonna save here,
Glass.
buddy.
Come on, Stevie.
Gonna save here, mate. Push.
Come on. Bit further.
That's a good,
Good, mate. Good
good
effort.
attempt by Glasson.
Still 2 down.
Saves one.
Which hands are safe?
Burkett has the last chance, though.
Just throw another one there, Neil. Is that ours coming in? Yeah.
If this bowling Neil Burkett's hand can count, it'll only be 4 behind with 3 ends to play. So that's a realistic chance.
Well, mate.
South Africa back in contention, possibly. 2 shots. They've won the last 2 ends and narrowed the gap to 5 after 5 ends of this second set. 8-3 in the second set. 5 ends completed.
That's the problem, Warren, for South Africa. Just 3 ends remaining. They really need another double on this end. 8-5 was 2 to play. You would have to think you could win the match. At the moment, 5 down, 3 to play.
Right home, mate. Right home, Birdie.
Duprez steady as ever. It was only 5 minutes ago we had South Africa dead, buried, 100 to 1.
And the belt coming off. Trousers of 3 South African players, but they're fighting. They're on a roll. 2 ends in a row. The only 2 ends of the match they've won.
Short from Eric Johannes.
Eric goes back, takes the bowl off Vermeulan and says to him, "Oh, it's a long way." 33 metres.
Who's that? Who is it? Brett?
And this is fairly heavy from Duprez.
One on. Here we
Brett.
are, Eric.
Australia 1 up. Did it surprise you that Brett Duprez rolled the maximum length after doing that last end and South Africa finally broke through?
Well, we heard Brett say early in the match he's happy to play any length, but
Oh, no. Not
South-
again.
I was just going to say the South Africans are more comfortable on the long jacks. I wouldn't think so from that attempted correction. Very disappointing lead bowls.
One of the few times that Eric Johannes has lapsed. And we have Brett Duprez with us. Brett, it looked as if Australia was headed possibly for a whitewash, but suddenly South Africa are back in the hunt somewhat now.
Oh, certainly. We never expected to do that. You know, these guys are good players. You know, that's just the way the first set went, and they're getting a bit of luck this set. So it's anyone's game still.
Now, Brett, just please tell us, you rolled the jack long just to allow South Africa a chance to get back in the match?
No, we're pretty confident on the long end, so just haven't quite nailed it yet. But you know, we're pretty confident. So.
Brett, all three of the Australian team have looked very confident throughout this triples match.
Yeah, it has been a great team effort. I think everyone's done our bit when we've had to, so which has been a good team result.
Of course, this end is quite critical. I mean, if Australia win here, you're 2 up at the moment. You just about put South Africa away with ends running out.
Yeah, it would be good. It's always good to have a dominant display against these countries.
You've had a terrific series, Brett, but Kevin Walsh, he's also impressed.
Come on, Kevy, you're close. Clear. Hurry.
Oh, Kevin's a great bowler. You know, he's one of the country's best, as you know. So it's good to see him in this side and playing well.
And you all seem to be, as you'd expect, encouraging one another. The teamwork, the harmony's been great.
Yeah, we're all positive people, and we just keep pumping each other up, and we want to see each other do well. I think that's the main aspect of this team, so it's really good.
Thanks for joining us, Brett. Good luck.
Thanks.
Brett Duprez.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, it's a good one. Jippo takes his cap off. Had to be centimetre perfect.
Oh, man.
You can draw it.
You'll draw that first, don't
Yeah, you can draw that.
Pick up 2. You're 3 behind with 2 to play.
Mightn't be shot though, as you say.
And again, Burkett will play last.
Good arc, Steve.
Glasson's bowl on the way.
Come on, Glass.
Run.
Hurry.
Just under him, mate.
Trying to outdraw
Hurry.
Great effort.
Jippo's bowl.
That's good.
Good, mate. That's
That's
all right.
excellent. Better.
Just the one shot for South Africa now. Now the Fox, 56-year-old, Neil Burkett. I've called him the Fox.
Oh, yeah, it's Skip.
Term of endearment.
Yeah, it's Skip.
The old grey fox, Neil. He's great character, Neil Burkett, very popular figure on the international scene. Just dropping 60 centimetres short.
Draw, mate. Yep.
shot.
You draw that.
Bet you last year.
Only one bowl beyond the jack.
Side touch.
Needed one more close there.
9 bowls short, 1 beyond. So Steve Glasson has 30 centimetres of room, or about 1 foot, the old scale, to draw the shot.
And to once again put a stake through South Africa's heart as they come back in this second set.
We'll get back.
Yeah, we'll get back. Come on,
Good
Glass.
effort, mate.
Wide, coming
Good
in.
effort, Stevie. Well done. Great effort.
Hey,
Sorry. Job, Mary.
And
what's going on there?
Sorry.
Steve Glasson just a shake of the head.
The lead, Brett Duprez, saying to the skip, "What's going on? I expect you to draw it." Now, Neil Burkett needs a second shot.
Pulled up short with his previous bowl. Has he
Go on,
made the
Neil.
adjustment? Can he
Still
make
short
it two?
of a couple of feet.
Come on.
Similar to last time. Backs in behind his previous bowl. They settle for one. They keep the set alive. 8-4 to Australia. 2 ends to go.
2 to go.
The test has been decided thanks to Australia's win in the pairs and in the singles. And that is the trophy that Australia will hang on to for yet another year. Four shot advantage to Australia. And Australia has extended its winning streak to 6 tests in 6 years, with the win in the pairs and the singles.
Shot, Brett. Great shot, mate.
A lean run for South Africa and a great start once more. The work by our leading bowler here, Australia, Brett Duprez, has been superb.
He's led particularly well, Brett Duprez, in the last 3 or 4 televised series he's played in. It's a good attempt. Just short. Robbie Dobbins there with his 2 grandsons. Wife Bev behind. White top and orange scarf.
That's very good.
Will you hold the line?
Hold it. Shot, birdie.
Well played.
Duprez does it again. Maximum length. Perfect judgment. Or near perfect. 2 up.
Maximum number of shots that South Africa have scored in any end in the match. They've actually only scored, in fact, on 3 ends. It's been a double. So they would not want to be more than 2 behind playing the last end.
Good weight, Derek.
4 behind at the moment. So to have a realistic chance, they would have to score 2 shots, South Africa, on this end. At the moment, they're 2 down.
Now it's Kevin Walsh's turn. Has been very hard to budge in this match.
Great shot here.
Playing second for Australia. And look at this again. Having a marvellous test, Kevin Walsh enjoying every moment of it. And Australia holding 3.
Moving the jack.
This is not what South Africa needs.
It's a tough shot being asked for here. Jippo Vermeulan. Burkett has asked Jippo to trail the jack a metre on the forehand.
How's that running? Come on.
Not a very big target.
Line for that, Neil.
You cannot
Okay,
trail
no
the jack
extra.
if you drop short.
Just draw right to the maroon one there, mate.
Yep.
Get past it's good, Kevin.
Walsh trying to make it impossible or near impossible for the South Africans
Ooh, only a stop.
on the
They got away
backhand.
too well.
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
Past it.
You got past it, well done.
Just not to lose your bowl. Just trying to pick up the jack.
Quicker out there.
Well, what was that all about? Trying to place
Well-
one behind? I hope.
Steve Glasson asked Kevin Walsh to pass his last bowl. He certainly did pass it straight into the ditch and up on the bank. It's a dead bowl. This will be a miraculous fluke to pick up the bare jack. There's not much. He's in the area.
I think I got it too.
Oh, that's made
So
it much
close.
more difficult. There is a toucher in the ditch, so that bowl Jippo Vermeulan played remains alive in the ditch.
That's all he said, wasn't it?
There's that bowl, bottom of screen. That is a live bowl in the ditch.
I think so too.
But it will make it hard to accumulate some shots here.
It's pretty hard for Burkett to get that jack through. Australia holding 2 or 3. Rob Perella, our marker saying it is 3 shots to Australia.
Exactly short either, pal.
Past it?
I'm past it.
We have Eric Johannes with us. Eric, well, you're down, but not quite out.
Well done.
Yeah, I think
Great
we're at
chance,
least
Steve.
giving them a hard time now. Although we're 3 down, we stand a good chance still to pick up.
Needs to make contact with the jack, Eric, Neil Burkett.
Well, either roll myself in my ball or you move the jack for make it 3.
You must have been very relieved in that 4th end to put a shot on the board. It was getting a little awkward.
Yeah, I think with Brett not having the jack in his hand, I thought, geez. And I'm relieved.
Indeed.
Come, Neil.
Neil.
Inside. Oh. Try, mate.
Okay. Another one.
Yeah, mate.
Eric.
Anyway, there's good.
Eric, what do you think has been the difference in the triples so far?
Well, I think with Brett playing in front and Tiger, Kevin, they played absolutely brilliant both. And with Steve at the back, they're a very compatible side.
All contributed to make it very difficult for you.
That's right, and the rate Steve is playing and it just contributes. It's just unbelievable.
That'll do.
Great bowling again from Australia.
Well, this is the match here and now. Burkett needs the jack.
Thank you for joining us, Eric.
Oh, thank you very much.
So Neil Burkett must make this count. Not to be. So Australia have wrapped up the triples. 10-4 in the second set. Comprehensive win by Australia in the triples and in the test match. Congratulations to the Australian team. Wonderful performance to take this test over South Africa and to do it for the 6th successive time. I hope you can join us again next time from Tweed Heads Bowls Club for more Super Series bowls. Goodbye for now.